Bloomberg had an article called Meta's Meltdown, and talking about, is this the end of big tech's invincible, era? It used to be that, the what was commonly known as FANG was kind of a safe bet, right? I know you spent some time in the market for kind of, growth and safety, but I mean, you look at some of these numbers. Meta's down 50% since 2015.
70% this year, right?
And 70% this year, compared to S&P, has been up 45% in that period. But yeah, you're right. They're Facebook's down 72%, Snap's down 79%. And the FANG represents like 13% of the S&P. So is this the end of an era, or is this just kind of normal cyclical kind of factors?
Personally, I think it is an era. If you forget, Facebook is almost 20 years old, but as a company, and it's never had layoffs, but sooner or later it kind of happens to everybody. And I think that tremendous wave of growth that we had right from this second generation, right, of tech companies seems to be, at least on the innovation side, right, unless something dramatically changes, kind of coming to its close. We see Apple doing great, but sort of the last big hit product from Apple was the watch, right? And it's an incremental kind of thing. It wasn't, a remarkable breakthrough like the iPhone was. So I think Amazon continues, right? The model is simply, run and make it better. So we're probably getting to the end of that second wave of tech innovation, and the leading, I guess, sort of poster company for that is Meta. Now, the only thing that changes it is this metaverse investment, which the shareholders don't seem to like very much, and it's causing a lot of the pain at the company. Somehow in 3 to 5 years turns out to be a revolutionary thing. As of right now, I guess the market just isn't seeing it.
Yeah, and I think part of it, is back to that issue of future innovation versus quarterly profit, and it makes you wonder, how much of how much of the issues are really about the needs of public companies to disclose and to show near-term profits to shareholders versus the bigger mission, at least I think, how Zuckerberg would refer to it. But it brings up the other question that I wanted to talk to you about, which is just the broader issue of the American corporation as we know it, right? I mean, you look at some of these numbers. I saw something in this article from Michigan Ross, and they were talking about the number of actual public corporations has gone significantly down over the last I forget what period of time they were looking at, but down to the point where one of the people in that's quoted in this article from Michigan Ross said, the S&P 500 is represented, 25% of the S&P 500 is 5 tech firms, and a quarter of those are owned by 3 investment firms. So it seems to me like there may be a trend here, and it makes you kind of wonder, is that good, and why is that happening?
Well, I think I hear 2 things right there. And back to the question of Meta, there's been this debate, right, in the sort of philosophical side of Silicon Valley over the last few years around what are we all doing, which is sort of in a nutshell, right? And what are we making, right, in the parlance of the Valley, and what problem are we solving?